Yasu Malaka. Justin Bieber has a new album out. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, part 58. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's still a hot one in Toronto. I'm going to leave the AC on, so if there's background noise, what are you going to do? It's still better than any Justin Bieber album. Bieber, who gives a shit? The point is, nothing else to do today. So, let's talk about the, more shit that is online dating. It's bad as hell, worse as ever. It's basically a cesspool of filth and horror, and it's really impossible to find someone good these days. Someone who won't cheat on you, or will be faithful, and just it's tough out there, man. It really is. Like, you just don't. I mean, a lot of people, just go online just for fun because they're bored, and they really can't think of anything else to do but cheat on their significant other. But at the same time, I like to think that there is some kind of faith out there. And what I mean by faith, I mean Faith Evans, who is a beautiful, lovely woman who was married to the late, great, notorious B.I.G. And that's the only faith I believe in. But other than that, there's no hope for online dating. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to share with you some stories and some things I come across, and that's it. Just keep it simple. Nothing else to do. So let's just get into it. So there's one profile I saw, and my God, I think I've said this about a trillion times. How hard is it to take a simple profile picture? And again, a lot of these profiles could be fakes, and maybe they're revenge profiles, people mad at their exes trying to get back at them, and who knows? Oh God. But the point is, it's really sad. So this one woman who, I'm assuming it's a woman because in front of the woman's face is a picture of what appears to be a picture of a rabbit pasted on her face on top of the picture here. She's wearing a very tight dress. The T and or the A don't look real, but I don't know, maybe she's one of these people that likes to get dressed up as an animal, and it's got that kind of weird fetish going. What's that called? Oh, Google. Let's see, let's type this in here. What are people called that are into dressing up as animals for sex? Furry sex. Wow. Furry sex describes a community of people who have a personal and or sexual interests in anthropomorphic animals. All right. And society is dead. It is. I don't understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I when I'm with a woman, I just I like her to be a woman. That's all. I don't. I mean, the closest I've ever seen a woman to looking like a furry naked is reading Playboy in the '80s. Oh God! And if you don't know what I'm talking about, next time you're at Home Depot, just look at the carpet sample book. But It's well, preferably the the black, brown ones. It's really quite phenomenal. It's remember what Ben Wallace looked like in the Malice in the Palace? Remember his haircut? It's like that. But the point is, this is just weird. But I figure, why not? Let's keep reading the profile here. But she did message me. She included one of my pictures on there, and below it says, "Hello, I want to meet you." I smell bullshit already. And then she says, "My WhatsApp number is," and of course it's. Listen, some people don't even bother hiding the scam. They just put it out there. So whatever. I just want to see where this goes. I'm just curious. I do have a podcast here. I got to please the 3 fans here. Hi, how are you? There are a lot of people harassing me here. We talk on WhatsApp. All right. So far, the grammar is perfect. You dress up like Bugs Bunny. I can't imagine why people would bother you. Then I asked her, like, why are these harassing you? Apparently my English isn't as good either. I'm rarely online here. Keep in touch on WhatsApp. So I mean, maybe she, maybe it's like David Herman's character in Idiocracy. Every time you mention Carl's Jr., you get paid for it. Do they tease you with carrots? Oh yeah, because the whole rabbit thing. Yeah, I was trying to be funny there. You added me on WhatsApp. I did not. I'm waiting for your message. And of course I said, no, I didn't. Why are you dressed like Bugs Bunny? Basically she looks like if, she has the body of Jessica Rabbit and like the head of Roger Rabbit. Yeah, so there you go. I'm just wondering what's going on here. And she says, I'm at work. I wonder what she does. She said we will contact you on WhatsApp later. Thank you. And I go, who's we? And ladies and gentlemen, I never found out who we was. So again, I can't tell. Like, first of all, grammar is, I'd still like to believe that grammar is still very important in today's, day and age. But at the same time, again, if you're gonna keep up with the scam, I really, you shouldn't, say that we're working in groups. You know what I mean? So you might want to, avoid words like we and they, and just simple things like that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, always watch out for the scam. And I don't know, WhatsApp is a fucking pain in the ass. But anyways, some people, you message them and you exchange numbers, of course, and that's where the weirdness starts. I mean, it literally, some people, it'll just start off like right away. It's not even up for debate here. So it's one woman, she messaged me, and the first message she sends me is a picture of a baby reading the comic book strip. Now, I mean, first of all, my first, thoughts are, this is a very smart baby. But then underneath it says, now, if you're looking closely, what am I reading? Okay, so let's make it more creepy. It appears to be, it looks like, Peanuts, which is always classic, of course. The classic Halloween one, Christmas, those are staples if you're a fan of Charlie Brown. But good grief. This is maybe not the best way to start off. So maybe I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is her trying to be funny, and I'm like, okay, let's play along here. She says, and I'm like, I remember those comic strips, and then she says, no, look at the front of the paper at the top. What does it say? And then I'm looking, and I don't know. I got nothing. So if she's trying to be funny, she, failed. And then she sends me more pictures. And again, it's got to be her. So she said I started young, and she sends me like more pictures. Maybe this is when she's 4 or 5, maybe reading more comic books. She's in front of the piano. I remember I took a few piano lessons one time. It was a complete waste of time. It was $20 an hour. I went for 3 lessons, so my parents wasted $60. But don't worry, they wasted way more in the future on me for sure. But it was a weird lesson because I don't know, like she would teach me some things, and then she would just I had to go to this woman's house in the area, and of course I'm sure that wouldn't be creepy today, but she would teach me something and then leave like the room and go somewhere else. So she really didn't really give a shit, and I don't know. I all I remember on the piano is dun 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 dun. That's it. That's a waste of $60. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what she's trying to say here. We're talking back and forth here, and then she sends me. I guess I must have asked her like what she does for a living, whatever. And then she literally sends me her business card, and it said, and keep in mind, it says her whole name. I know sometimes you talk to profiles, you just want to call the cops. But anyways, and then it says what she does, her whole number, her email, like all her information, like right off the bat, right? So again, if I could advise people, like, not to do that, maybe, as you get to know each other, maybe later. But I mean, you're giving all your information way too fast. I mean. And then all of a sudden, she starts sending me like her link to her, her business page on Facebook, and I'm like, holy, I feel like I'm in the middle of an ad here, And then I think she's just trying to sell me some shit. Like, you'll be able to see my price list on there too. I don't think she's selling herself. I think she made, I don't know, some clothing or something, and then she sends me like pictures, and it's again, I know it's an audio podcast, but she sends me all these like those full toque, I'm Canadian, so I use the word toque, face masks that they use, but it's so disturbing, like the one she makes, because like it looks like an O face, and the eyes are kind of where the eyes go, they're popping out, and it just, I assume like one day she's gonna get like an order of 10 or 20, and the next day you're gonna hear like a bank robbery, and she's gonna be an accessory. It's gonna be a whole thing, but and she calls these things blue doggy sweaters for some reason. I don't know why. And here's my music page, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she's basically just, she's like an infomercial or something. And, and then she said, when a job is meant to happen for me, it will happen, not before. Okay, now she's a poet, and then at this point, because I hate myself, I'm like, maybe we should go out sometime and, go for a drink, and, I don't drink, be a shocker. She's like, that's okay, we can have a Coke or something. I'm like, okay, or a coffee, no, I'm busy certain days, and, coffee could work too. Okay, cool, blah, 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 back and forth, and, then we start talking about dogs for some reason, and what she's talking about, and it's just keeps fucking going here. Holy cow! She quit smoking, and I don't think she does anything. But that's okay. That's cool. If that's not your thing, that's not your thing. It's all good. And then she went a little thing here. I just choose that day because into a new month. And I guess I want to quit weed because I want to be able to save my money and put it towards something else like food, maybe instead because food is expensive. No shit. Also, I find maybe weed is a problem, and maybe it is what is making me lazy during these days. I just feel I could maybe have a better life if I quit weed, and if I'm right, I'll be happy. I mean, judging by all the things you're sending me, I think you're smoking a couple bowls an hour, but to each his own, I guess. But what I want is a better life, so I can. So I'm taking steps. She sends an emoji because like I don't know what steps look like towards that to make it happen, one thing at a time. I'm like, all right, good for you. And then we talk the next day here. I had to get my prescription renewed. I'm out, but thanks for sharing. I would have never guessed, she was on something. And then, I don't know, she just keeps telling me she's busy and blah, blah, blah. And, okay, maybe we can meet at this time. And it was very weird because, like, she said, at this time, at this specific place. And, I guess she's picking a place that's, like, literally next to her, home, whatever. And, I have things to do in my area today. That's why it would be difficult for me to meet somewhere else. So, God forbid you make the effort. But then again, I've been there too. I've tried to, get people to meet closer to my area because I'm lazy too. But so it turns out we're both really fucking lazy here. And she's like, I gotta make dinner, I gotta practice my guitar, and then I'm going to bed, and okay, all right, Jimi Hendrix, and I'm like, well, let's just meet halfway, where's the halfway point, and then she's practicing for her dad's birthday tomorrow, and she sends me a video, and I didn't have the heart to tell her she wasn't good, and it pretty much went downhill from there, ladies and gentlemen. And and it says, well, here's the thing. To be honest, I'm not free. I'm going to be practicing to guitar, and also I love dogs, and you don't, and I can't date someone who doesn't want dogs, and also I'm in the middle of deciding whether or not I want to move. So I guess right now isn't the best time for me to be dating. Sorry. Thank God. And then she keeps contacting me, and I don't know. She's I don't know. She I just wanted to see if this was like a real profile. So I gave her a call because I just wanted to see if this was real, and she wasn't picking up. So I just assumed at one point like this was like a scam, whatever. Maybe she like wanted money or something for her website or whatever. And I'm gonna block you. Please don't contact me again. But then even after that, she. I think she finally got the message or whatever, because I called her a scammer, and that's it. So I don't know, you gotta be aware, man. I mean, I don't know, maybe she has a GoFundMe, who the fuck knows. But the point is two things. One, don't please, like, if you play an instrument and if you've never met the person, please don't send us videos of you playing an instrument. Okay, like, it's bad enough where like you show up at a party and sometimes there's a person that brings, guitar, and, it's just, it's fucking annoying. I mean, like we all feel like John Belushi in Animal House. We grab that guitar and just smash the shit out of it. You know what I mean? It's just fucking annoying. And two, if you need money, if you need a sponsor, just, not me. Just, please, I just want a normal dates, normal times. That's all. I'm not asking for too much here, so in the meantime, I don't know, I keep practicing, and my God, just beware of the scams. And sometimes, if you have WhatsApp on your phone, which I'm still trying to figure out how to get rid of, but I don't know, I guess I could use it for stories like this. And someone just messaged me out of nowhere here. The area code is 852, which God only knows if that's a real area code or not. But then below it says it's from Hong Kong. So, you know, I can't tell you, you know, how many friends I have there, and you know, she just messaged me. Again, assuming it's you know, like a real Chinese woman. Hello. I go, who is this? You know, I am whoever from China. Do you still remember me? And she sends me a picture. I do not remember. She sends me a weird picture. It's at nighttime, and it looks like she's like almost sitting in like on the side of the road and like in a chair, and I think she may or may not be coming back from a tennis match. I don't know. And then she says, "Are you Mr. David, the Canadian tour guide?" And you know what? Fuck it. I just said I'm going to play along. I said, "Of course, at your service." Unfortunately, I did not hear anything back. But listen, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, sometimes, you know, you get a random message from Hong Kong, and hey, you just got to go with it. But I wish you all the best in your scam, and you know, I don't know. I guess she's more at fault. Get it? Tennis joke. Fuck it. Let's move on. So this one woman I was talking to here. Hey, how are you? Well, how are you? Blah blah blah. You know, how's the site treating you? Blah, 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 yeah, whatever. And she's like, let's just say I'd ask for a refund if I could. That's yeah, that pretty much wraps up online dating there. And yeah, it's horrible too. It's not good. I told her that, and you know, and I said, like, what are you looking for? You know, she's like, hey, that's my question. And then she goes, I think dating in general at this stage of life is so difficult than what it was like in our 20s. People have a clear understanding of what they want and don't want, what they're willing to accept and compromise on, and what they're not. You know, I so far that's pretty good. This is by far the most intelligent. Like, I can't even say the word. That's how stupid I am. Answer I've heard, you know, in quite a while. You know, and she goes on a little bit more. Combine that with a smaller pool of people, past experiences, and current baggage, and your chances of meeting someone you A, like, B, are physically attracted to, and C, likes you back are quite slim. Speaking from experience over here. Smiley face with the extra teeth. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. LOL. I just made a joke. Oh, it's mine. It's mine now. It's basically my problem now. So we both had a good laugh there, and I even told her, I said that might be one of the best answers I've ever heard. You know, she's like, I like your T-shirts, especially the Breakfast Club one. Yeah, I mean, those guys spent all day together, and they pretty much all had dates at the end of it. I mean, what are the odds? I'm like, yeah, I agree. I like that one too. The odds are in our favor. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, thank you. Best teen movie ever. I don't know. We're kind of all over the place here. Yeah. Yeah. Saying almost fire. 80s late. Yeah. You know. So you got a good little thing going here. I haven't read this one in a while, so I'm kind of curious to see what happened here. I'm looking for my forever. Someone whose life meshes well with mine, someone who challenges the way I think, shows me a different perspective, someone who encourages me to be the best person I can be, someone I can laugh with because life is hard and I enjoy laughing. I hear you. Hard to find. And then I ask her, what makes her happy? Connection with family and friends, a clean and comfortable space, small moments when I realize my kids are going to be okay in this world. What's your relationship like with your mother? I said, okay, Dr. Phil. So maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe this is where it turns. Let's see here. LOL. What was that for? Oh, there we go. The message cut off there. May I get my dating advice from random videos on social media, but I've watched enough Dr. Phil in my life to believe there's some credibility to them. Fair enough. And then I said, just ask a question. I never get asked. Really interesting. Fine, don't answer. Next question. Thoughts on Joe Rogan? And then I said I did answer. Pay attention. Okay, so this one might be my fault. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't I answer or no? I mean, no. I guess I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you just have a conversation, and sometimes you just, I don't know. Maybe sometimes I'm in a mood, and I don't know. Who knows? I'll take the mulligan on this one. And then I said I don't know him. And then I said this interview is going great. LOL. Then I think she disappeared. So you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not the perfect person. What happened to those guys? So yeah, I fucked up on this one. So let me give some advice to myself here for once. Michael, yes, bald fat guy. Sometimes if a woman asks a lot of questions, maybe, don't be so judgmental or abrasive, or, just kind of go with the flow. What do you mean? Well, try not to be an asshole. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I mean, just, I know you've been through a lot, and this is show number 58. You said you were only going to do 2-3 of these, but yeah, this is I don't know, this might be a problem at this point. But the point is, just, take things in stride if you can. Just don't overreact. It's just a bunch of questions. You don't know what this person's going through, and yeah, just, try to be more nice. That's all. Well, thank you. I appreciate that advice, and I will take it in consideration. Scene. I'll tell you one thing. Those piano classes absolutely did dick all, but the Second City classes, they definitely got paid in full. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, don't be an impatient asshole like me. Try to just take your time with it, and again, try to figure out things for yourself, and sense out people of what they want, and if they ask you a few questions, fuck it, who knows, maybe they'll pay for dinner on the first date. I doubt it, but the point is, just, you got to be patient with this online thing. You got it. I mean, I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. I'm out of my fucking patience, man. I mean, Jesus. I mean, Mitch Marner's gone, thank God. Matthews, hopefully he's next. Hopefully we can do a trade with McDavid and Edmonton. Because we all know how well that's working out. But you see how he acted, with frustration. That one clip, McDavid in the locker room. Do you ever picture Austin Matthews doing that? No. Give John Tavares back the C. Do the right thing. And if McDavid comes here, I'm sure he'll get the C. But still, what this has to do with online dating? Absolutely nothing. Except you have to have patience. Okay? You gotta have patience with online dating. I don't want to have patience anymore. I don't. I'm 43 years old. I had this dream of being in my 40s and just clearly just not giving a fuck anymore. And I still do. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I mean, with prices today of food, and that's one thing you don't do is fuck with a fat man's food. It just, come on. Oh, and that's another thing too. Like if ladies, I don't know, guys. I mean, you understand this. like if a guy is eating, leave him the fuck alone. Okay, like it just like especially if you didn't make the meal, like really leave him alone. Let him fucking eat, and then he'll listen to you after. Okay, I swear I'll listen to you after. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, like I'll eat and then I'll watch the game and take a shit and then after, if there's time, I'll listen to you. No problem. No problem. But just the main thing I want everyone to focus on on this pointless podcast is patience. Patience is key in life. Okay, and if you don't have that, you're probably screwed. Okay, so there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another brilliant, patiently waiting for a track to explode on. Yeah! Great album. The point is, this has been another patient podcast of Computer Love, part 58. Leaves all the best, better than all the rest. Fuck off.